Hello students, welcome to Fun Scholar Academy. So today we are going to discuss about simple equations. This chapter is meant to be for C.B.S.E class 7 students, but it will be beneficial for I.C.S.E students as well. And if you are in class 6 and want to excel a little bit bigger in the algebra, so then this chapter will also beneficial for you. Okay, so what I have just told that this will be beneficial for students studying in class 6 and already studied the algebra. So I am referring that this chapter is just an extension of your algebra chapter which you have learned in class 6. Okay, so let's start. So hello scholars, at the end of this lecture we will able to learn what settling up an equation, terms related to algebraic expression, introduction to equation, solving an equation, and also application of simple equations in our daily life. Okay, so first of all I want to experiment a little bit, like let's have a test here. Okay, think of a number, don't reveal because I will tell the number at the end. Subtract 1 from this number, multiply your answer with the number 3, add 12 to that number, divide the result by 3, add 5 to your answer in step 5, subtract the first number you came up with in step 1, and from the number you got at step 6. Okay, so this is just a little examples that what we are going to learn in this class. Okay, so you can read this and you can try this in your home, or if you are watching this video anywhere from, so you can just pause the video and try the experiment here. Okay, so I am not explaining this here, maybe I will explain this in later. Okay, the next one, and the answer will be yes teacher it is. How did you know the number that I thought? Okay, so in this little trick I have tried to crack the number that which you have thinking. Okay, so this is the magic of linear equation, or this is the magic of mathematics that we are going to discuss. So let's start it with a little video that what is algebra. Okay, the video name should be like what is an equation. Okay, not algebra. So let's start the video.
In the previous video, we have seen how algebra makes our life very easy. It helps us write long phrases in a very short way using variables. That's the beauty of algebra. How do we write the sum of 3 and 7 using numbers? We just write it as 3 plus 7. Let me modify the question a bit. How do we write the sum of a number and 7? Since this number is unknown, we use a variable in its place and write it as x plus 7. Both these are called expressions. As this involves only numbers, it's called a numerical expression. And because it involves variables, it's called an algebraic expression. Now look at this line. Sum of a number and 7 equals 12. Now it gets interesting. Let's break it into parts. Sum of a number and 7 can be written as x plus 7 equals 12 can be written as equal to 12. We wrote this phrase as x plus 7 equals 12. Is this an expression? No, that's not the case. This is called an equation since it has an equal to sign. It's called so because we are equating two sides, the left hand side and the right hand side. What are the different parts of an equation? This is called the variable
So it's end of the video. So in this video they have tried to teach us that what is an equation. Okay, so our algebraic equation in this video. So think of a number, don't reveal because I will tell the number at the end. Okay, so if we try to crack the little trick, and let's do this little trick with the help of the equations. Okay, so I am thinking that you are thinking that number which will be referred as x. So they have thought the number. Subtract 1 from this number. Okay, if I subtract it, the expression will look like this. Okay, multiply your answer with the number 3. If we multiply this with 3, then it will look like this or this. Okay, so 3 into x minus 1, add 12 to the number. Okay, 3 into x plus 1 plus 12. Now multiply 3 in the brackets or using the distributive property, so it will look like 3x minus 3 plus 12. So the answer will be 3 into x plus 3. Now divide the result by 3. So if we divide this like this, so 3 and 3 will get eliminated and the answer will be x plus 3. Okay, so in the last add 5 to your answer in this step. Okay, if we add 5, so then the expression will look like this. Then subtract the first number you came up with in step 1 from number 6 you got at step 6. Okay, so first the number you have thought, which we are thinking as x, so we have to subtract x. So if we subtract x from x plus 8, if we subtract x from x plus 8, so it will get eliminated and the answer will be 8. And if you think any kind of number, so then this application will be useful for any kind of numbers. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, definition to remember, which are variable and equation. Okay, these two definitions you have already learned in the class 6. So I am going to explain it again. So variable is, it is an unknown quantity in an algebraic expression that can take any value. Okay, so any unknown quantity to solve an algebraic equation will be called as variables. And equations, it express the equality of two expressions often containing variables, constant and basic mathematical operations. Okay, just from the video, if we write equal to sign between any two expressions like x plus 8 equals to 12, and then we solve it to find the value of the x, so it will be 4. And how it became like this, we will going to learn in the next sections. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Here we took the unknown number as x. X may be any number. So this is just an experiment or a problem. So how do we solve this? So you can think any number which referred to as x, and the x can be 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. X is called a variable. Okay, just like we have learned it before, that x is a variable. You can take any alphabet except x as variable, like y, t, a, alpha, beta, gamma, whatever. Okay, I am not writing it, but you can take whatever you want to. Okay, the word variable means something that can vary. Okay, variable means something which varies. Okay, just like change, a variable takes on different numerical values. Its values are not fixed. Okay, example, an algebraic expression x plus 5, when x equals to 1, x plus 5 will be 1 plus 5, 6. But if x equals to 2, then the value will be 7. If x equals to 3, then the value will be 8. Okay, if x equals to 100, the value will be 105, because we are adding 5 to x, and if value of x is suppose think as 100, so the answer will be 105. Got it? Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's see another example. Think of a number. Okay, you can do this in your mind as well if you are watching this video from whenever you want. Think of a number. Yes, done. Now multiply 4 to the number. Okay, yes, multiply it. Then now add 5 to the product. Yes, added. Now tell me your final result. It's 65. Now I will tell you the number you have taken at first. I took the number as x as framed. So the equation will be 4x plus 5. Okay. If I think of a number x, then multiply, okay, x, not x, I am thinking it as y. Now multiply 4 to the number. If we multiply it with 4, it will look like this. Yes, multiply it. Now add 5 to the product. So y into 4, then add 5 to the product. I am adding it. Okay, and it's 65. So it is giving me 65. So we can write it like 4y plus 5 equals to 65. Okay, so now we have to solve this. And how we can solve this? That 4y equals to 65 minus 5. Okay. I am writing it again. 4y plus 5 equals to 65. You can write or write down this symbol, which simplifies as such. 4y equals to 65 minus 5, because in transposition method plus sign becomes minus sign after going towards the opposite side. Okay, so the answer will be 4y equals to 60. This will get subtracted. It implies that y equals to 60 by 4. Why 4 came in the down position or denominator position? To divide it, and why it became like a division? Because 4 into y. This is in a multiplicative operation, and the multiplicative operation becomes division operation when it changes the sign. So 4 15s are. So the number you were thinking will be 15. Okay. Now what is equation? I am skipping this video because we have already seen the video. There is another video that what equation is. So I am skipping it. We have already watched this one. Okay, now in an equation there is always an equality sign. The equality sign shows that the value of the expression to the left of the sign. Okay, so just like this one. If we write like this, like 3y plus 5 equals to whatever, like say 20. So it will refer as an equation. Why? Because it has equal sign in between. Okay, and here we are doing an operation in the right hand side. Okay, this side will be called as the left hand side or LHS, and this will be called as the right hand side or RHS, and this will be referred as left hand side or LHS. Okay, and in between them there will be a sign which is called as the equal to sign. Okay, and the whole expression will be called as an equation. Okay, just like this one. Okay, and we can solve this all together. Okay, so there is another video that equation in one variable. Okay, I am just explaining this. I am not playing the video. That if there is only one variable, just like this one, this is also has one variable. Okay, if I write like this, that 3, this is one variable equation. If I write like this, 3y plus 5 equals to 20, this also has one equation. Okay, so these one equation questions will be, there is a one variable, so the we will try to say that they are the equations with one variable. Okay, the next one, write the following statement in the forms of equation. Okay, let's try to do this. I won't write every question, every answer, but I am just writing two of them, and two of them you can try in your home. Okay, I am writing 4 and 1. 1/3 of a number plus 5 is 8. Let me think that x is that number. So the answer will be 1/3 of a number means x into 1/3. Okay, plus 5 equals to 8. They didn't told us to solve this one, we are just writing this. Okay, so the equation will look like this. To the first one, the sum of 3 times x and 11 is 32. So 3 times x means 3 into x. Okay, 3 times x, sum, and 11 is 32. This will look like this, and you guys can try these two, 2 and 3. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Yes, their answers are written. Answers are written. You can try it, and then you can check this one, just like we have did, like 3x plus 11. Yes, they have also added these two sums, like 3 times of x will be 3x, and the sum of 3x with 11 will be like this. Okay, if you solve this, then 11 will go in the opposite side and get subtracted. Then we can divide the answer with 3. Okay, in the last one, if the number is y, the 1/3 of y will be 1/3, and then we can just add 5 to it to make it 8 and put equal to sign in between them. Okay, next one. Okay, convert the following equations in statement form. Okay, so you can try all this by yourself, but I am not writing down it. I am just saying that the first expression will be 5 subtracted from a number, and the answer is 9, or to get the answer 9. Okay, the last one will be like half of a number m subtracted by 5, and the answer is 6. You can write it just like whatever sentence you want to. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, there is a video, and maybe this one is the first one, so we will watch this one, and then skip the rest of one. Okay, forming an equation, example 1. So these are the okay, this one is quite interesting one, so let's try to watch this.
In this video, we will see how we can form linear equations for a given word problem, which is one of the most important concepts in linear equations. This is John, and he is 180 centimeters tall. That's his height. The length of his lower body is 100 centimeters. So this length will be 100 centimeters. So what will be the length of his upper body? We want to find out this length. So to form an equation, we assign what we want to find out We do this since we need a variable to form an equation. And it's always a good idea to write it next to the figure too. So we write x centimeters here. It is obvious that his total height will be the sum of the length of his lower body plus the length of his upper body. The sum of the length of his upper body and lower body is x plus 100. And the total height we know is 180 centimeters. Hence we write the equation as x plus 100 equals 180. This is the linear equation we have to form. After transposing 100 to the right hand side, you should get x as 80 centimeters. That is, the length of his upper body as 80 centimeters. Because we had John visualized here, we could easily say that the sum is equal to his total height. But all problems are not so straightforward. You would be given word problems and you would be expected to draw the figure or visualize it in your mind. Whenever we are given a word problem, there are two things we need to do. First, form the equation. Second, solve it. Okay, here's a fact. Anybody can solve an equation. It's very simple. It is forming an equation that can prove to be challenging. So we will just form equations in the coming videos.
Okay, so this one just a small example that how can we frame equations and solve this. Okay, so let's go to the next one to understand this better. Okay, when 5 is subtracted from a number, the result is 9. Okay, these are just the solutions of the previous ones, which you guys can try by yourself and can check the answer here. Okay. Okay, solving an equation by trial and error method. Okay, so we are going to cover all the process by which we can solve any equation. Okay, so solving an equation by trial and error method will look like this. Like if a equation is like this, 4x plus 5 equals to 30. Let's take x equals to 1, then the answer will be like 4 into 1 plus 5, so the answer will be 13, but no, they have given that 13 will be the value of this equation. So the first method is not right. So then let's take x equals to 2. So then it will be 8 plus 4 2s are 8 plus 5, it will be 13, and it will be same as the right hand side. So the answer will be x equals to 2. So the solution of the above question is 2. Okay, so this method is called as the trial and error method. Okay, where you have to try with different numbers, and if you won't getting the right answer, so then it will be called as an error, and you have to try with the so many numbers. Okay, so this is a method, but we guys won't use this method in our exams or in our daily life, because we have another easy methods to find the answers, and not by like doing it a laborious way. So we will also see different methods again. Okay, so before going to the different methods, let's try this one by yourself. You can try this one by yourself, and I am doing this one. And another thing, that when these all things are just discovered, just like the people tried to make things like thinking as a variable or thinking as a number which is not known, and they tried this method. I mean, these are the so many trivial processes which they have gone through, and they tried this method as well. So that's why we are studying this. But in today's life, in 2025, we don't use these methods as well, but you have to learn it. Okay, so first one, they are saying that P. So 5p plus 2 gives us 17. Okay, so we have to check by putting p equals to 0, 1, 2 and so on. If I put p equals to 0, then the answer will be p into 0 plus 2 equals to 2, which is not equals to 70. Okay, if I put p equals to 1, so then the answer will be p into 1 plus 2 equals to 7, which will be not equals to 17. So let's try it with different questions. Like try it with 3. I am skipping 2. If we think it like this, so then the answer will be 17, which will be equal as 17, this one. Okay, so this method will get corrected. Okay, and this one you can try it by yourself. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, yes, they have already done it. Okay, check whether the value given in the brackets is solution to the given equation. Okay, so we have equation here and they have told us that p's value will be minus 4. So let's check this value is authentic or not. So if we try it, just write the equation as like this. Okay, so 4 into minus 4 will be minus 8 and there will be minus 3, and the answer will be when there are two subtraction signs, so the sign becomes minus and the numbers will get added and the answer will be 11. So is 11 is equals to 13? No, right? So 11 is not equals to 13, so this answer is not authentic, or this answer is not the solution of the equation. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so just like this one, minus 4 is not the solution of this equation. Okay, the next one, set up an equation. Gargi's father is 49 years old. He is 4 years older than 3 times Gargi's age. Take Gargi's age to be y years. Okay, so in the answer, let Gargi's age be y years. Okay, so what they have told that Gargi's father is 4 years older than 3 times. That means if Gargi's age is y years, okay, and Gargi's father's age will be is 4 years older than 3 times. Okay, 3 times of Gargi's age will be 3 into y, and he is 4 years older than him. So the final 4 years older than 3 times. And so as our calculation, Gargi's father's age is this 3y plus 4. But in sum, it's been told that Gargi's father is 49 years old. Okay, so in their calculation, he is 49 years old. And for our calculation, he is this much old. And for their calculation, he is 49 years old. So these two equations will be same because they just have the difference is that it has a variable in it, and in actual age there is no variable. Okay, though age is also a variable because it changes every year, but in this question his father's age is fixed, but in our thinking we have thought Gargi's age as y years. So from this equation we can easily find Gargi's age. So it will be what? 3y equals to 49 minus 4. Okay. Why? Because plus sign becomes minus after changing the sides, and this is the transposition rule which we will also get to know in the next slides. So it will be 3y equals to 45. Then again we will write y as like this, and it will be 45 by 3, and y equals to, the answer will be 15. Okay, so the Gargi's current age is 15 and his father's age is 49 years. So it will be, if we check it by reverse calculation or if we verify it, it will be like, it will be checked like this. 15 into 3 will be 45, and 45 plus 4 will give the answer 49. So this equation is correct, this question is correct, and our answer is also correct. Okay, in the isosceles, okay, the next one. In an isosceles triangle, the vertex angle is twice either base angle. Let the base angle be b in degrees. Remember that the sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Okay, so I am just writing down the equation and you can solve this question by yourself. Okay, so in an isosceles triangle, the vertex angle, which will be this one, is twice either base angle. Okay, so these two base angles, let base angle be in degrees. Okay. So it will be like this. Okay, and you can frame the equation from it and solve this one. Okay, yes, they have done it like this. Okay. Okay, video time, forming equation to find the numbers. Okay, this one is like a previous one, I am just skipping it, and we will go the next slide and as well as the next process. So solving an equation by balancing both sides of the equation. Okay, so let's do this one, and we generally use these formula to solve any kind of, this formula process to solve any kind of equation. We don't go by the trial and error method, and we usually try this method. Okay, so solve for 4x plus 5 equals to 65. We usually try to balance both sides of a weighing balance. The same concept we will use it here. Okay, it will be like to solve the equation 4x equals to 65. So they are just going by process. So first one, what we have to do to solve this one, just try to remove all the things and just keep the x in it. Okay, so what they have did, they just subtracted 5 from this side and also 5 from this side. So it will give us 4x and 60. So then we will try to divide, then we will try to remove 4 from the 4x. So to do this, we have to divide 4 from 4x. Okay, and if we are doing this in the left side, then we will have to do this in the right side. So it will eliminate 4 as well as it will make 60 as 15. Okay, so this is the method which is known as the equation by balancing both sides of the equations. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, often an equation is said to be like a weighing balance. Okay, we are just weighing a balance here. So doing a mathematical operation on an equation is like adding weights to or removing weights from the pens of a weighing balance. Okay, so this is the same thing what we are trying to do to make this equal. We are just subtracting something from this and also subtracting something from this. If we don't do that, so then the balance will get disbalanced. Okay, just try to remember this. Okay, the next one. Okay, this is another video. How do we the inverse method to solve a linear equation? Okay, so let's see the video here.
This was the equation we looked at in the previous video. X plus 3 equals 10. I have left some space here intentionally. There are two ways in which we can solve an equation. The phrase solving an equation means finding the value of the variable that satisfies the equation. By satisfies, I mean a value of the variable that equates the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So our aim in linear equations is mainly to find the value of this variable x. The first method is the inverse operations method. Before you understand this method, we need to understand a simple concept. Whatever we do to the left-hand side, we do the same to the right-hand side. Let us choose a random number, say 5. Assume we add this number to the left-hand side. For the equation to hold true, we have to add the same number to the right-hand side. Similarly, if we subtract 5 from the left-hand side, we have to subtract the same number from the right-hand side. If we multiply the left-hand side by the number, we have to multiply the right-hand side by the same number. But remember, we have to multiply the entire side. But putting these brackets here, it means that we multiply the entire left-hand side by 5. And if we divide the left-hand side by the number, we also divide the right-hand side by the same number. Note that 5 was a random number. Now you should be wondering how this concept helps us solve an equation. This concept is the crux of the inverse operations method. Just remember this concept. We move to a new page to solve a new linear equation. Say we want to solve the equation 2x plus 5 equals 13. How do we use the inverse method to solve this equation? Remember, when we have to solve such equations, our aim should be to keep only the variable on the left-hand side. We have to eliminate everything else. So our first task should be to eliminate 5. So we will have to subtract 5 from the left-hand side. But we just learned a concept that said, if we subtract a number from the left-hand side, we have to subtract the same number from the right-hand side. Hence, we subtract 5 from both sides. We get 2x plus 5 minus 5 equal to 13
Okay, so from these videos we have watched that how we can solve equation by in inverse method. Okay, so in the next one, give the first step you will use to separate the variable and then solve the equation. Okay, so if we write the first step that how we will solve the equation. So in the first one, so I am not doing all this one. So to do this, we have to just remove the 20 from the t. Okay, so if we want to do this, we have to divide the left hand side with 20 and do the same thing in the right hand side as well. Okay, so the first side will give us the value t. And the second side, if we use cancellation, then the value will be 1 by 2. Okay, so the value of t will be 1 by 2, sorry, minus 1 by 2. Okay, let's do another one. Do this one. Okay, so we have z by 3 and 5 by 4. So to remove the 3 from it, we have to multiply 3 in the right side, left side, and again have to multiply 3 in the right side as well. So by doing this, the first 3 and 3 will get eliminated and there will be only z in the left hand side, and in the right hand side the 3 and 5 will get multiplied and the answer will be 15 and 4 will be the denominator, and it will be a mixed fraction which we can just simply turn into a improper fraction like 3 whole 3 by 4. Okay, so you guys can try it in your home with number 2 and number 4 as well. Okay, so here we have another video how do we use the transpose method. I'm not playing the video, or if I have to then I will play it later. So just try to understand it better with some diagrams just like this. Okay, solving equation by transposing is just flipping the signs from left side to right side or else right side to left side. So plus sign is becoming minus sign, multiplication will become division. Okay, so and the same goes like the other ways, minus becomes plus and division becomes multiplication. Okay, so let's solve 4x plus 23 equals to 103 like it here. Okay, so this method is also like what we are trying to do with the inverse method. Okay, so it will be like 4x plus 23 equals to 103. So just we have to do is have to change 25 from here to here. So it will be 4x equals to 80, and 4x means 4 into x. So from these two one we just they both are in the multiplicative operation, so we just keep 4 down from 80 and to make it 20. Okay, so the answer will be 20. Yes, just like this one. Okay, in the flow chart, okay, the flow chart approach. Okay, so let's watch the video again for it, that is flow chart approach, what it's like. And I'm just playing this video because this is like a new thing for you guys as well. So just carefully watch the video.
2x minus 5 equals 13. In the previous videos, we have solved for the value of x using the inverse and the transpose method. But here, we look at an interesting way to find the value of x. X is the variable we need to solve for. and it's on the left hand side. What we do here is look at the operations that are done on the left hand side. First, x is multiplied with 2 to give us 2x. So we go rightwards, multiply x with 2 and write 2x here. Next, a 5 is subtracted. So we subtract a 5 and write 2x minus 5 here. So these were the operations that were done on the left hand side. X was first multiplied with 2 and then 5 was subtracted from this product. What do we do next? We are given that 2x minus 5 is equal to 13. Now to get the value of x, we perform opposite operations on 13 from right to left. By opposite, I mean positive will become negative and multiplication will become division. As it was a minus 5 here, we add a 5 to 13 and that will give us 18. Here, as we had multiplied by 2, we will have to divide 18 by 2. That gives us 9. The boxes in each column are equal to each other. 2x minus 5 is equal to 13. 2x is equal to 18 and x is equal to 9. Yes, we get the value of x as 9. So we went forward and then came backwards. As it kind of looks like a flow chart, let's call it flowchart approach. Let's try out another one. We are given the equation 4 times x minus 5 equals 8. We are given that 2x minus 5 minus 5. 2x is equal to 18 and x is equal to 9. Yes, we get the value of x as 9. So we went forward and then came backwards. As it kind of looks like a flow chart, let's call it flowchart approach. Let's try out another one. We are given the equation 4 times x minus 5 equals 8. We need to find the value of x using the flowchart technique we just saw. We start off with x and then see the operations that are done on the left hand side. First, a 5 is subtracted from x. So we write a minus 5 here. That gives us x minus 5. Next, this entire thing is multiplied with 4. So we multiply this with 4. And we get 4 times x minus 5. We are done with the operations on the left hand side. And what is this equal to? Based on the equation given to us, this is equal to 8. Now I want you to try solving this further to get to the value of x. Remember, we go from right to left and use the opposite operations. Give it a try. Okay, as we had multiplied by 4 here, we divide 8 by 4. And 8 divided by 4 gives us 2. And as we had subtracted a 5 here, we add a 5 to 2. 2 plus 5 gives us 7. We know that the boxes in each column are equal. So x will equal 7. You can also try substituting this value in the equation to verify the answer. 4 times 7 minus 5 will equal 4 times 2, which equals 8. It's correct.
Okay, so watch the flowchart method like this, and it will be like making the equation like this and having a flowchart to solve the equation to find the value of x or the variable. Okay, so solve the following equations. If we want to use flowchart method, we can these as well, but instead of doing flowchart method, we can just use the transpose method to make it look like this and solve the answers. Okay, so the first one's answer will be like this. Okay, and you guys can try with the rest of these three ones in your home or in your free time whenever you want. Okay, the solutions are given here. You guys can verify it. And Raju's father's, and go to the next one. Raju's father's age is 5 years more than 3 times Raju's age. Find Raju's age if his father's age is 44 years old. We have already tried these kind of problems in before. So let's try to this one. Okay, it will be like let Raju's age is equals to x years. Okay, so according to the given condition, so the condition that, or according to the question, whichever you want to write, you can write this. Okay, according to the question, so if Raju's father's age will be what? 5 years more than the 3 times of Raju's age. So 3 times of Raju's age will be 3x, and 5 years more will look like this. It will be like 3x plus 5 years, and which will give the equation like this: 3x plus 5 equals to 44. Okay, so if we try to solve this, it will be like 44 minus 5, and if we want to divide this with 3, we can write it here like this. Okay, so the answer will be x equals to 39 by 3 equals to 13 years. So Raju's age will be 13 years. Okay. Okay, set up equation and solve them to find the unknown numbers in the following cases. Okay, add 4 to 8 times of a number, you get 60. Okay, let that number be y, and 8 times of number will be like 8 into y, and minus will be 4 to get 60 will be like this. So it will be 8y equals to 60 minus 4. Will be 8 equals to 56 by 8. The answer will be 7. Okay, done. And these two you can try it at your home. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, the answers are done like this. Let's go to this one. The teacher tells the class that the highest marks obtained by a student in her class is twice the lowest marks plus 7. The highest score is 87. So what will be the lowest score? This is the answer they are asking to us. Okay, so let lowest score be x. Okay, and what they have told, you can just write like this according to the questions. I am using abbreviations, but you have to write the whole thing. So it will be like is twice the lowest score plus 7, and it will giving us 87. So it will be like this. So x equal to, it will be 80 by 2. Okay, and so the x will be 40, so the lowest marks will be 40. Okay, just like this one. Okay, Sachin scored twice as many runs as Rahul. Together their runs will fell too short of a double century. how many runs did each one score? Okay, so this type of question, let Sachin has scored X runs. Okay, I am just doing this sum roughly, and it's been like done in the process in the answer which we will have to see sometimes later. So if Sachin has scored X runs, it has been given that Sachin scored twice as many as runs as Rahul. So we will start to think that Rahul has scored X runs. Okay, so if Rahul has scored X runs, then Sachin has scored 2 into X runs. So it will be 2x runs. Okay, and together 2x plus X runs is falling too short of a double century. A century means 100 and the double century will be 200, and they are 2 runs short from the double century. So it will be 198 because 200 minus 2 gives us 198. So the equation will be 3x equals to 198, where we can just solve this one. It will be giving us 66. So Rahul has scored 66 runs and Sachin has scored doubled than Rahul. So the answer will be 132. Okay, these will be the answer. You can see just like this. Okay, and you have to do this sum like in this process. I have just because of short time, I have to do it like this in the rough process, which you guys, to make you guys understand, but you have to do this in the due process by writing all some kind of thing. Sachin scored twice as many runs as Rahul. This one is question. So from the solution part, let Rahul score X and then Sachin's score will be 2x. Together they scored 2 short of double century. That means 200 minus 2 will be, and that will be 198. So the equation will be x plus 2x equals to 198, and the solution will be like this. Okay. People of Sundargram planted trees in the village garden. Some of the trees were fruit trees. The number of non-fruit trees were 2 more than the 3 times of the number of fruit trees. What was the number of fruit trees planted in the number of non-fruit tree planted? Was 77. Okay. The number of non-fruit trees were 2 more than the 3 times of the number of non-fruit trees were 2 more than 3 times then the number of fruit trees. So the number of fruit trees, we have to think the number of fruit trees, that is x. So the number of non-fruit trees will be 2 more than what? 3 times of fruit trees. Okay, what was the number of fruit tree planted if the number of non-fruit tree planted were 77? So this value is, they are telling us, is 77. So non-fruit trees are 25 and fruit trees will be 77. They have already told us. So this is the rough process, and yes, you can do this like by writing all this number, and we don't have to, the question may be big but the answer we don't have to write so many things. Let the number of fruit trees be x and number of non-fruit trees be 3x plus 2, which is already I have done in the previous slide. So according to the equation or question, so it will be framed like this to find the value 25. Okay, next. In the given figure represents the weighing balance. The weights of the sum objects in the balance are given. Find the weight of the square. Okay, so these two are 40 kg. So we can think this as 40. Okay, and if this one is 40 kg, we have to, if we have to make the balance work, so this one also be 40 kgs. Okay, and by the shape we can see that this one, they both are similar. Okay, so if you, sorry, I have did a mistake. So this one together 40 kgs, so it will be 20. Okay, and to make things work, they have to be similar. So from 40 we have to subtract 8 to make the answer 32, and to divide 32 in between these twos, they have to be 16 and 16. Okay, and this one will be divided between like 40 and 40. Okay, so this have to be the answer. Okay, this one is quite easy one. You just have to think it carefully. Okay, and this will also be thought as a reasoning question. Okay, yes, 16, and we have also founded the answer, that is 16. Okay, if 3 into k plus 1 is equals to 24, find the value of k. So 3 into k plus 1 is equals to 24. So what we have to do, we have to just multiply these equations to make it like 3k plus 3 equals to 24 equals to 3k 24 minus 3. So it will give us 21. Okay. So the answer will be 7. Okay, this one is quite easy one. Yes. Let's go to the next one. Okay, move one stick to make the equation valid. Okay, this one is another reasoning question. So V1 is referring 6 minus IB is referring 4, and they are referring to 11. Okay, so we have to just make one stick. We have to just change side of one stick. So if we change the side of this stick here and make it this, so then the answer will be So the answer will be 6 plus 4 equals to 10. Okay, so the answer will be like this. Yes, they have also did the same. Okay, video forming equations, find the parts. Okay, so I am not playing the video here, but the video's content will be like this. 12 is, if 12 is divided into two parts, one of the parts is twice that of the other, find the parts. Okay, we have to take two numbers like this, like if one is x, so then the other part will be 2 into x, and that will be 2x. If we add these two to make 12, so it will look like x plus 2x equals to 12. So the answer will be 3x equals to 12, and the answer will be 4 and 8. Okay, so problem solving tip. Here is a tip that always check the solution after solving the equation, which I have already told that you have to just check the you have to just go by the reverse way to check all the solution of any questions. Okay, so before going to the summary, let's see that if any video may have left or not. Okay, what in equation we have already done that. How do we inverse method, flowchart approach. Okay, so let's see the video of this one, like forming an equation.
In this video, we will see how we can form linear equations for a given word problem. It is one of the most important concepts in linear equations. This is John, and he is 180 centimeters tall. That's his height. The length of his lower body is 100 centimeters. So this length will be 100 centimeters. So what will be the length of his upper body? We want to find out this length. So to form an equation, we assign what we want to find out, a variable. And our all-time favorite variable is x. So let the length of his upper body be x centimeters. We do this since we need a variable to form an equation. And it's always a good idea to write it next to the figure too. So we write x centimeters here. It is obvious that his total height will be the sum of the length of his lower body plus the length of his upper body. The sum of the length of his upper body and lower body.
Okay, we have already watched this video. So maybe we don't have any other video to see. So let's start from here. Okay, so what the summary? Start from the summary here. Okay, so what did we have learned? That different methods to solve an equation: trial and error method, balancing method, and also transpose method. Okay, and let's do some fun mathematics here. So if 3 footballs weight is 1653 grams, so then what will be the each ball's weight? Okay, so we have to find this one, but before finding that we have to tell what will be the each ball's weight. So each ball will weigh 1650 by 3, 550 grams. Okay, so if one ball is 550 grams, so then we have to subtract 550 grams from this one. It will be 1360 grams. Okay, so if two ball is weighing 1360 grams, so then each ball will weigh 680 grams. So if we subtract these two, so the answer will be 130 grams. These will be the answers. Okay. Yes, it's the 130 gram. Okay, you can just see the full answer here. And the last, I'm thanking you guys and ending this video. Okay.